Visit ccgcastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more.
Hit and Run, boys. It is a new deck, as you can see it right here. I mean, it's not a new deck, it's an old new deck. I mean, it's definitely new on my channel, but it's been around for a long time. Hitmonchan Hit and Run, heavily been played in expanded format. I decided actually to give it a shot in the standard format. So in today's video, you will have opportunity to see a little bit of action with Hitmonchan Hit and Run in the standard format. So for 1 fighting energy, you can go for 30 and then switch your Hitmonchan with one of your banished Pokemons. And that's pretty much it. So theoretically, this damage can be increased 20 plus with the Yancy, so up to 50, 30 plus choice band, so up to 80, and 20 plus more with Professor's Kukui, so theoretically 100. And with the Shrine, 110 if we speak about GX. Well, it's enough for the one-hit knockout versus Zorak in that case for the weakness. In order to get some extra advantage, I decided to tech also Mr. Mime with Scoop Up Block, so our opponent won't be able to scoop his Pokemons from the play in the hand. There are also a couple Inards out, Pykemukus with that ability which says that when your opponent Pokemon attacks Pykemuku even and it's knocked out by, you know, damage from opponent's attack, we can put 6 damage counters on attacking Pokemon. There is also one Luminous Barrier Ninetales as a situational option versus a GX and EX Pokemons in standard format just in case versus GXs. There's some other tech Pokemons as you can see like Hitmonlee who can simply use special combo and then snipe on the bench. There is Ditto, which can evolve into Ninetales or Substrika with Sprint for extra draw support. Also Psywave and Magical Swap Tapu Lele, why not, if we can have it. A copy of Marshadow, a copy of Mr. Mime, and a copy of Tapu Lele, which in some matchups can cost us a game. And in addition to that, I'm also running for Hitmonchan as a main attacker and the Yancy and 1 copy of Boswell for that Sledgehammer as well. Simply with 1 energy, if our opponent has 4 prize cards, we can one hit not gonna pick a Zekrom with single possible, so why not? Some other cards that I just decided to include in this build are gonna be 2 enhanced hammers. I don't even know why, you know, I don't even know why, because by removing enhanced hammer and just adding, you know, 4 Pykemuku and just, you know, 4 Shrine of Punishment, I think we can have much better success, but I just decided to give it a try with 2 enhanced hammers, 4 copies of Nazball and 4 copies of Ultra Ball, 2 rescue stretchers for the Pokemon recycle or recover, 3 choice bands, 2 escape boards, and then 8 draw supporters, 4 Cynthia's, 2 Erica's Hospitalities, and 2 Lilies, 4 copies of Guzma, and 2 copies of Professor Kukui for extra damage, 4 regular fighting energies, and 4 unit energies with Fairy and Darkness and Fighting types, so we can also theoretically attack with some other Pokemons on this deck list, like with Aurora Beam, like Magical Swap. We can also use, in theory, even Shadow Seeker as well. Very, very interesting deck list, very cool and funny deck for the standard format. I hope you guys are gonna enjoy watching this video, so make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos. If you already didn't, let me also know in the comments below what you think about this deck list. Definitely stay tuned for more videos, so see you in the game. Alright, would you like to go first? Well, why not? I mean, I can definitely benefit from starting first. In this situation, I'm starting with my Absol, playing against fighting decks, so I'm just wondering what type of deck is on the other side. Maybe just a regular Boswell deck, maybe something else. I guess I will need to find that out. So Cynthia turn 1, not the best cards in the world. At least I have this Ultra Ball, and as it looks right now, Ultra Ball for Ditto. If I have one, and I could go with the Marshadow, but since I have this Substrika available, I think I'm just gonna pass the turn and see what my opponent is capable to do. I lost 1 choice band, which is always a bad thing to happen. And this is probably a, okay, Rockproof. DCE attached. Timer ball. One hands in the coin flip. He didn't take nothing in his hand. And there's a Lily for 5. Interesting. Riolu. Alright, so Lycanroc Lucario deck on the other side of the field. I'm definitely going with a Cynthia. I don't want to discard my Rescue Stretcher, not for now. More than that, there's a Hitmonchan, there's a something else, couple other good cards. I can go with Unit Energy as well as my Ultra Ball play for, let's say, this bad boy. Ooh, his hand is huge. I actually made a mistake not going with the Marshadow. Maybe I can keep Marshadow for the late game. I actually think this is not a bad option at all. So, I'm gonna bench down also Hitmonchan just in case. Hit and run, and I'm running on my Pyukumuku, which might not be the best thing in the world, but still, if my opponent can scoop his DNC, then he can simply, you know, use advantage of it. I have 2 Hitmonchans on the bench. There's DNC, there's Abstrika, there's Absol. So the only thing that I'm gonna need will be literally 1 copy of a Mr. Mime. So I can prevent my opponent from playing simply Acerolas, which will be very useful. And there's the first Lycanroc with Bloodthirsty Eyes, and Dangerous Rogue GX, and a Guzma as well for Hitmonchan. No for Zebstrika. Alright. Tails in the Crushing Hammer, and 1 Close Slash. Alright, well played. So I lost my Zebstrika. And good thing is that right now I can snipe his bench. If I get lucky with, let's say, for example, what do I need here? I basically need Hitmonlee. Then I can strike for 90 and knock his Riolu from play, which is not gonna happen, at least not for now. Energy can definitely be attached. We can use hit and run, and that will be it. 80 is not bad. I mean, hitting for 80 is a decent amount of damage. Next turn I can theoretically go for like 80 more. Lily discarded with Radiant Forest for another Fighting Energy. I like those Fighting Energies. This type of the Fighting Energy I like. It's 2013 Fighting Energy. Switch. Erika's Hospitality. Alright, he can go for like 120, and then he's taking 6 damage counters. Still I can go for like 90 on the bench. I need Mr. Mime so badly that I can't even describe that feeling when I'm gonna put him on the bench. It's gonna be such a great feeling. I just need to find him. So, Absol to be promoted. Another Erika's Hospitality. Wow. I think I'm gonna burn one of those Erikas from my hand for that. Deck lookup. There is a Hitmonlee. Alright. I personally believe that for me, the best thing literally in the world is just to go with a Cynthia. Okay, we have Mr. Mime, so that's a good thing. And we also have option to get Hitmonlee in play. Or I can simply hit and run, which is also not a bad option for now. So I think I'm just gonna hit and run once again for 80 and force my opponent actually to take even more punishment here. So I can maybe knock him out with the Shrine of Punishment, which is not a bad option at all. For now, Mr. Mime carrying this game with Scoop Up Block, which means that my opponent cannot play Acerola, and he is forced to take some damage if he attacked me with his Lucario without Guzma. And he might just decide to pull, you know, this crazy beatdown GX. He can definitely do that. If he get lucky with the hands on the coin flip, he can even catch something on my bench. But unfortunately for him, he get tails on the coin flip. And there we go with Viridian Forest. Unfortunately, he already attached energy, so I think he is forced to use that GX. He's down to 3 prize cards, which is a good thing for him. And right now, for me, the best option would be top deck Shrine of Punishment, literally. Erika's Hospitality, so we have a good chance to pull one. Ah, no Shrine of Punishment. Okay, this is a very bad thing because I didn't pull Shrine of Punishment, which I need. However, he used GX and he can go for like 130. And I can definitely right now grab myself Hitmonlee, which I will. I'm not gonna need Kukui. And with Hitmonlee, I can kick my opponent on the bench for a decent amount of damage. And I can even knock. Actually, the Pokemon that's gonna be knocked out will be this Rockruff. He's a big threat for me right now. Alright, there we go. Nazball. Alright. I simply need this Shrine of Punishment. I really want to get Shrine so I can Guzma and 3 prize cards 1 turn. I really want to do that. I really want to do that. So my opponent unfortunately can't even retreat. And he attached energy to, I think, this Lycanroc, or maybe I missed something out. I'm not quite sure. Did he attach energy to Lycanroc? No, right now he's attaching double course energy, so he can actually go with that Cyclone Kick for the knockout. Alright. Right now, unfortunately, he's down to 2 prize cards, so I need desperately top deck Shrine, and I still didn't get one. Wow, this is amazing. Never mind. We have Nazball available, which means that I'm not gonna get anything. I really want this top Lily so I can damage spread potentially. Guzma is the option to go. Alright, Rescue Stretcher, so I can grab myself this bad boy, and I actually hope I can simply hit and run my opponent. Before that, I will try to thin my deck a little bit. Where are my Shrine of Punishments? Here they are, but unfortunately I can't get them. If I have them sooner, this game would be over anyways. So hit and run, hitting for 80. And maybe my opponent won't have Guzma option. I just hope he won't have it. Or he might not have, you know, another Lycanroc in play, because this can be a game-breaking moment here, literally. But I think it's gonna be defeat. I think it is gonna be defeat. His hand is huge, and he attached energy to Riolu, so there's a Rescue Stretcher, which means that he can go for Lucario GX. Still, he cannot. He can retreat, actually, if he wants. And then he can take 6 damage counters, and maybe I can theoretically buy some time. 260, 310, 370, 470. There's a lot of damage around. And yet another bad card as a top deck. Unfortunately, still no Shrine. And I think this is gonna be it, probably. I can take literally 2 prize cards, but after that game is over because my opponent only have 1 prize card. So the only thing that I can probably try to do will be a Guzma play on his Diancie, and then I can hit for like 50 and hope for something good here. Hit and run. Wow, I wish I had that Shrine of Punishment, but simply I couldn't get one. So unlucky, unfortunately. I mean, if I had Shrine of Punishment a couple turns before, Lucario would be knocked out. Even more than that, this Lycanroc would be knocked out. I don't know. I mean, if I even had Tapu Lele so I can damage swap, there's plenty of damage around the board. Oh, he played Cynthia, so he can't retreat yet. Alright, so the game is still not over yet. Huh. Alright. Cool thing is that I can retreat and use Hitmonlee. But I still need, you know, Drowsy Porter, or maybe at least Tapu Lele or something like that. Then I can potentially draw 4 prize cards in a turn, and that can be very useful. Expect if he catch my DNC in front, which he will probably do, as expected. Alright, damn it. Alright, cool enough. He have only 3 cards available in his hand, so potentially still game can be turned up into my favor. So yeah, I mean, is it even worth to get some of these cards? I guess it's not. I mean, literally, like, what is going on? Where are my shrines? I need them so badly. I could get them. I'm just gonna pass and watch what can happen. I mean, next turn I can hit and run, but I think one Lily would be nice. And then finding that Rescue Stretcher for Shrine of Punishment and Hitmonlee. Nah, he have Guzma. That's the GG. So many damage, but I couldn't do nothing. I feel so bad about that. I don't know what to say about it. I just needed 1 card, and that 1 card was a Shrine of Punishment, literally. I played 3 copies of Shrine, 1 was prized, 2 was in my deck. I played 4 Cynthias. I played literally Zubstrika. I drew like 75% of my deck, and I couldn't get the card that I was looking for, and this is such a horrible thing. It actually hurts a lot. But unfortunately, it is a GG, and I need to say well played to my opponent. So he played, you know, just the regular Lucario Lycanroc deck. How many Atzerolas did he play? Actually, only 1 of them. Wow, that actually surprised me a lot. So, only 1 Atzerola. I thought that he played at least 2 or 3 copies of them, but a GG. Alright, so my opponent probably starting first, which is not bad because theoretically at my turn 1 I can start to deal some damage to my opponent. Really interesting opening hand. Really interesting opening hand. So Hitmonchan for me is an iconic card because when I was a kid I played with base set Hitmonchan deck, and I had so many good times playing Hitmonchan Jab for 20 with 1 fighting energy. Back then that was a miracle. It was such a strong card that if you didn't play back when the base set was released, you don't know what I'm talking. But if you are, you know, the old school player like I am, and if you played in a base set format, then you should definitely know what I'm talking about. Alright, so speaking about what we're talking about here, let's go with a Hitmonchan and with 1 Nazball for that in the NC, so I can have extra damage available there. 1 energy, 1 choice band, and Cynthia. The only card that I'm gonna need right now will be option to retreat somehow, which I don't have right now, but there's a Marshadow, so theoretically I can still get my skateboard. Nope, unfortunately. It was quite close, but not enough. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pass my turn for now. I was for a moment thinking about maybe going with Ultra Ball for Ditto, but then I just realized that this is gonna be a horrible decision anyways. And there's a Pokemon Communication for that Tapu Lele. My opponent decided just to, you know, remove the Tapu Lele for something else. For Lycanroc, so he can theoretically even start to deal some damage to me with it. Shrine, Pyukumuku, and he decided to catch my Hitmonchan instead, as expected. Still, he needs to get double course energy otherwise, or maybe just another fighting energy, otherwise he won't be able to go for the knockout there. So there's another Nazball. Yeah, with the regular energy he can go with GX, with double course energy he can Claw Slash, so there are two options available for him right now. So it looks like he will burn that dangerous Rogue GX. Alright, so that's 200. I lost my Hitmonchan. I'm promoting my Pyukumuku in the front. I have Ultra Ball, which definitely means only one thing. We're gonna go with a Ultra Ball, and I think as it looks right now, the Ultra Ball will be for... tell you one thing, if I go with Zebstrika, then I need to discard my hand. Well, since you already used that, I mean, putting Tapu Lele in the on the bench is not the best, smartest thing in the world, but still, I'm gonna risk. If I miss my Hitmonchan, this is gonna be a disaster for me. Still, my opponent can use. That's a Roll and Scoop. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. No sign of the Hitmonchan. So I guess I'm just gonna retreat and I'm gonna bench down my Ditto so I can have him for the next turn. I took 10, Lycanroc took 10. It's okay, if he played double course energy, my enhanced hammer is ready, which is at least something. And if he missed Guzma, he will take 6 damage counters back. So that's the good sign for me. But as it looks right now, maybe I can surprise my opponent also with the Sledgehammer Boswell somehow. It will all depend. So there we go with the Claw Slash. Yeah, right now I actually have enough for the knockout right there. So I'm gonna surprise him with my Boswell. That's for sure. I need to do that. I need to strike with 120 for 120 with my Buzz. There's literally no question about that. So with the Ultra Ball, I'm gonna grab myself a... I really want to keep this Enhanced Hammer, to be honest, but I think I'm not gonna need it anyways. I think I'm probably not gonna need it anyways. Sledgehammer dealing a lot of damage. Let's see what we can find with the Cynthia. Maybe we can get... Nope. Alright. At least Sledgehammer, 120. I'm back. 4 prize cards, both equaled. And there's Enhanced Hammer and another Guzma. Not that bad. So right now he decided to promote another Zoroark. The good thing is that this Zoroark is actually getting some damage. And that's the most important thing here. I have Professor's Kukui, meaning only one thing. I'm gonna need Hitmonchan. And then I can strike for 50, 70 with the Ansi, and if I get Choice Band, that's enough for the knockout. But that's actually a lot of cards, so it's not going to be super easy to get all of them. It all depends on the top deck, right? But it also all depends if my opponent Zora can even get knockout against my Boswell, so far he can't. And still I have 4 prize cards, which means that, you know... If your opponent actually has 4 prize cards, so still he has like 4 prize cards, so he definitely needs to take knockout against something, right? And it's not going to be super easy for him to take knockout against Boswell without 5th Pokemon on the bench. And there's a Lycanroc, so probably my Ditto will be knocked out. Yeah, that's the bad sign. That is a very bad sign, because right now I can't use advantage of my Zebstrika. And that was something that I really wanted to use. However, Shrine is doing a lot of good job there. I'm ready with my Enhanced Hammer. And yeah, I can risk, literally, with Kukui. But with the Hitmonchan for 60 with Choice Band and the Ansi for 80, it will be 160. 190, still not enough for the knockout. But maybe I can get lucky with... not even close. Alright. Well, unfortunately, Hitmonlee can't do too much there, so the only available option for me will be to strike for 140 with the Sledgehammer. And this is gonna be it. this is gonna be it, my friends. So attaching energy to Tapu Lele just as a backup attacking Pokemon in play. So 10 more from the shrine. Well, one Acerola can work perfect for my opponent. Still, he needs also double course energy and extra Pokemon and Professor's Kukui or something like that in order to knock my Buzzwole out. But for example, he can easily knock my Tapu Lele out for 2 prize cards if he can find himself another Lycanroc or maybe Guzma Zoroark play, which also scares me a lot because this is gonna be a game-breaking thing. So he decided to go with that Acerola, as expected. And there is Zorua and Zoroark as well. So Mr. Mime would be such a nice thing right now on the bench, because that Acerola wouldn't be possible for my opponent. But unfortunately we don't have it. Yeah, still he's out of the range of the knockout, which kinda surprised me. So Reduce bidding for 100. Yeah, this Buzzwole is actually MVP so far. And right now I actually wish I attached energy on the Buzzwole instead on the Tapu Lele. So I guess not too many options available, but still I can take Knockout versus Zorua. I can't go for the Knockout versus Rockruff. I'm short for like 10, right? Right, that's correct. And I can at least try to get a knockout against. Sooner or later he will knock out my Tapu Lele, that's for sure. So if I knock his Zorua right now, maybe I can finish the game by knocking out his Zoroark next turn. So this is literally the only possible option available for me right now. And I'm gonna go with 1 energy on my Hitmonlee, and then I'm gonna Sledgehammer this Zorua. So it's one last Pokemon on the bench for my opponent, and there's a Rescue Stretcher. So at least next turn I can have Hitmonchan in play. Hitmonchan hit and run for 60, 80, maybe possibly enough for the knockout. We shall see. But I think still I will be short without Choiceband for the knockout. For sure, there's a communication for another Lycanroc, which means that no, he decided to go for Zorua. Alright, interesting. And Judge for 4. Alright, actually, with this type of the hand, Judge is not the worst thing in the world. Oh, there's Professor's Kukui. So, alright. I'm just gonna need one thing. And that one thing needs to be a Choiceband. I think I have decent option to pull Choiceband, to be honest. But oh boy, if he can simply knock my Tapu Lele, the game is over. So this Tapu Lele could actually cost me the game here. Let's see, there's Obstrika. Alright, so Nazball, so it's quite obvious that I'm getting Hitmonchan on the bench. So I can have a greater chance to pull that Choiceband. But also, I need more than that. I need more than just a single Choiceband. I also need a energy card and a Choiceband. So Kukui for 2. I did get energy, but no sign of the Choiceband. So that's 50, 70, 140. And again, it's not enough for the knockout, unfortunately. So I can hit and run, and I can retreat down to my Pyukumuku, but if you have Guzma, then the game is over, unfortunately. But if not, if he knocks this Pyukumuku out, then next turn I can finish the game with my Hitmonlee special combo. I can hit for 90 Riol or maybe Zorua on the bench, or maybe that Rockruff, and simply win the game. That would be an amazing thing, but I personally think this is just not gonna happen because he probably have enough resources. Well, there is Zoroark and probably Guzma or maybe Lycanroc for my Tapu Lele. So yeah, this Tapu Lele actually cost me the game here. Well, if there was only Mr. Mime available for the bench, things would be different. Still, he's trying to get enough resources. Guzma Lycanroc. And also, if he plays Guzma, then he also needs double course energy. If he plays Lycanroc, then he don't need double course energy. It really all depends. It really all depends. The good thing is the next turn... Oh, Acerola. He played Acerola, actually. So interesting. Really, really interesting. Probably Lucario will end the game. Oh, he actually decided to go with Lucario because Zorak will have a weakness. Clever play, especially if he have Lucario available. No, he just decided to pass the turn. Alright, which basically means one thing. Right now, I can snipe for 90 one of my opponent Pokemon's the bench. And if I hit Lycanroc, that's like 160, right? Right, that's correct. So I can go for like 160. Is there anything possibly else that I can do? Choice Band? To one of your opponent benched Pokemon, only 90. So Choice Band I guess will not count. But I guess I can try. I mean, I know it won't count, but still, you know, I can try, right? So yeah, I guess I need to be very clever and decide where I'm gonna attach energy. I'm gonna go to Hitmonlee. Special combo. I can basically knock Zorua out. And what after that? Now let's just go with the Lycanroc. It's not enough, it's just 90, so yeah, I screwed that. But Shrine can theoretically deal enough damage for the knockout versus, you know, Lycanroc, and then I can simply Guzma, for example, let's say Zorak, but nah, there's a Guzma, so I had opportunity, but I couldn't use it, unfortunately. So GG at the end. 120. And yeah, actually, that's the weakness of the Tapu Lele. It gives your opponent 2 prize cards, and then you simply lose the game. So that's the GG.